I just realized that I was recording for 16 minutes and didn't have my microphone on. Welcome back to the channel. So basically I had done a video during Series 31 and Series 32 where I made a ultimate money-making guide for those entire series. Yes, that includes every single season, the initial Forza-thon, and then basically I gave you guys, how to make money using sniping, quick flips, and investments, which I'm going to explain to you guys once again real quick for those of you who do not know what those three are. But these videos do take me a really long time, and I do have to watch the Forza stream that basically explains everything that's coming out, and then I have to take notes on it. But then I realized I'm doing all this, and I don't need to give you guys this information before the series happens because you can't do anything with it anyway. So I waited a day or two, being right now after the season released, and then I get to give you guys all this information when you can actually use it and when it's actually relevant and means something. Anyways, basically, I make unique videos like no one else makes on YouTube for this game that talk about how to make money for the entire series. People talk about what cars are coming and how to get those cars, which I figure is pretty self-explanatory, but I go through how to make money throughout this entire series and on each one of these cars. So it's completely unique content using completely unique money-making methods that I've kind of showed you guys before on YouTube. But basically I'm going to tell you the price and whether these cars are worth sniping, quick flipping, investing, doing nothing with. Just note, when I say stuff is worthless, I mean in my eyes it is not worth sniping or flipping. But that being said, all of these cars are free for just playing the game, so you might as well sell them. If a car's worth 2 million and I say it's worthless, it's still worth 2 million. It's just worthless to snipe or quick flip or invest in, and that's all I mean by that. I don't mean don't snipe it or anything like that. I do mean don't snipe it, but I don't mean don't grab it for free and sell it. Definitely still earn your money and use that to invest and snipe more cars. So basically I want to walk through real quick what those three things are, just super fast. Sniping is the act of buying something for cheaper on the buyout than what the actual buyouts usually are. So if a car's buyout is usually around 5 to 6 million, you buy it for 500K just by refreshing. It could be an empty auction house that you're refreshing because you put your max buyout at 3 mil, you selected the car, and the car sells for 5 to 6, like I said. So it's just empty screen, and you're just refreshing through it. Then a guy out of nowhere, after like 2-3 minutes of snipe, or trying to snipe, posts the car for 500K. You grab that for 500K, you sell it for 5 mil, you make 10 times the profit, right? That's sniping. Quick flipping is similar but not the same. So quick flipping, I actually have an example of the Mercedes-Benz X-Class. I was scrolling through this because it's in one of the later seasons, and basically I don't recommend quick flipping this car, which I'll explain later. But what quick flipping is essentially is looking at the bids for a car, and say that there's max buyouts at 5 to 6 million, and then some people are posting bids for 5-6 million for the minimum bid or whatever. You don't want to obviously try to quick flip those, but a quick flip is when you see a car that has like a $50,000 bid, but it's got like a 5 million buyout. What you can do is you're going to keep bidding on that, and basically bid on it once in the search car section. Then you go to your my bid section, you keep refreshing, and when it says outbid, you're going to hit auction options. Then you're going to absolutely spam whatever button you have on whatever button you have on whatever controller you have, A, X, whatever you use. You're going to spam it, you're going to keep throwing in bids, and you're going to keep refreshing every time it says outbid, and you're going to keep bidding on it until you win it. I won mine for $1 million. It's worth 6 million. I make a 5 million profit on that card just like that in 30 seconds while making this video. Because I got bored while taking notes. My notes are pretty much over 1,000 words. Yes, that's how much effort I put into these videos, not to mention the couple of hours it's going to take me to edit this and get this out for you guys in time. My very busy life and schedule. But that's what quick flipping is. And then investments are something I pretty much coined on this channel. I mean, kind of along with quick flips and the real style of sniping that you guys should be doing. But investments are something nobody really does, and they actually make an insane amount of money, and are how I made hundreds of millions in single investments, because nobody really thought of investments, and there's some criteria that matter for this. An investment can only be done on a new car most of the time. As far as being like sure and like a guarantee that the investment's going to make money, it has to be new. Otherwise, it's not a guarantee. I mean, you can invest in a car and then all of a sudden go in price, but how are you going to know that that car is going to go up in price? With a new car, it's guaranteed that it goes up in price. That's just how new cars in this game work. And basically, the criteria is it has to be new, and it has to be leaving the game at some point, like meaning it's unobtainable other than the auction house. Now, a prime example is during the summer this season, or during this series, and during the season happening right now, the 50% reward is the new Porsche 356 RSR. Now, because that car is new, and because it's only in the summer playlist, which means after summer, it's getting taken out of the game, and the only place you're going to get it is the auction house. Anybody who snags these ridiculously as they're going up in the market, because people get them for the 50% reward, don't know what they're worth, and then they sell them for uber cheap, like 500k or under $1 million or whatever it is. You buy a ridiculous amount of them, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then after they're out of the place, they're going to go up 1 to 2 mil every single day after they're out of the place. And that's just how the algorithm on Forza works. It's going to raise in price, and then you're going to be able to sell like all 50 of them for whatever. If they go up to 8 to 10 million, to say they hit 10 million, you can sell all 50 for 500 million. You now have half of max money in the game. I made 250 mil on the Quadras. I made 200 mil on the Shelbys. I made 300 mil on the GT500 and the Shelby. I made about 250 to 300 mil. These are so easy to make money on. Like the Corvette C8s made me 200 mil. Every new car that comes out basically makes a ridiculous amount of money. The Jescos made people max money. They were selling like so crazy. They were all selling for 20 mil for ages, and people were picking them up for 1.5 mil even after they were out of the playlist for that's actually called sniping, not investing. It's investing when you buy it for super, super cheap when it first comes out, and then sell it for 10 to 20 million after it goes up in price. And then it's just sniping if it hits 20 million and you're buying them for 1.5 million as they get posted. That's just sniping. But basically that's what investing, quick flipping, and sniping are. I've kind of gone into depth on them on this channel pretty often and explain them quite often, but those are the three things I'm going to explain pretty much what you should be using for each individual car during this entire series 34 money making guide. And I know, like I said, I skipped it on 33. These videos are really hard to make. They are very time consuming, and I'm going to be referring to my notes pretty consistently throughout this video because there's so many cars and so many notes on so many prices, and I'm definitely not memorizing them. But anyways, now that I've gotten cotton mouth, the festival 50% completion is obviously the backstage pass. If you have it, check out my backstage pass money and rarity guide. It might be slightly outdated because it was a couple weeks to a month old. I think there's maybe 3 or 4 cars that are in the playlist I didn't talk about yet. I will be making, or not in the playlist, in the backstage pass that I haven't talked about yet, that have gotten added more recently. I'm going to make an updated backstage pass video soon, so you guys are going to get an update on all the prices that have changed for those cars and all the, basically just a fully updated guide with the new cars and the changes. The guide is pretty accurate still, and some prices are similar, but some prices have changed and some have changed drastically, so make sure you guys check the market before you go and grab one of those cars. The 80% festival playlist reward is the Toyota Trano. Now it does sell for 8 mil right now. It likely will not go higher. It has gone up to 20 mil before, but I doubt that'll happen again. If they dip down below 5 mil, I usually buy them myself just because they're ultra rare and extremely easy to sell. They're almost a guaranteed sale every time you post it for almost anything you post it for. They were selling for 20 mil when they were at 20 mil, but they don't usually get that high. They can be a tricky car to keep up to date with, but they are really nice and very rare and very iconic, and they sell very easily. Moving into the summer playlist, we have the 50% completion of the Porsche 356 RSR. I'm going to be basically talking this entire video like it's an auction, like it's an auction, no pun intended. Trying to gun through it because we are already kind of into it, and because I did already speak for 16 minutes with my audio off, so we are going to make sure that you guys get this in a timely manner. Anyways, 50% completion for summer Porsche 356 RSR. It is new, could be volatile just because it is kind of more of an old car, and a lot of people don't really go for the retro-ish cars in this game. But it is a new car. That being said, I guarantee it'll probably hit 8 to 10 million, if not more. Every time I've ever said a car will hit 8 to 10 million, it hit 20 million. So basically, it's new. It's a great investment. Buy these as much as you can. You're gonna make a ton of money off them. Just pay attention to the market and when the price plateaus. When the auction list starts filling up with the car, that's when the price is plateauing. That's when you need to sell. If the car is still instantly selling every single time that you get posted, or like every time one of them gets posted, or the auction house is completely empty of them, the price is going to keep going up. When the auction house starts to fill up with the car, that's when the price is plateaued and when you need to sell. If there's like 10 cars all of a sudden on there for 10 million, you need to sell all of yours for 10 million, like immediately, like very, very quickly, because the price can be very volatile on these new cars, especially ones that people don't want. 80% for summer is the Rover SD1. It was worth 1 mil. Now it's worth 2 mil. It's going to be worth nothing once they get added into the game. The trial for the summer is the Lamborghini butchered name Veneno. 2 to 4 mil. The price will dip a little bit. It could be a good quick flip, but I don't really see this car as a great moneymaker. It is easy 2 to 4 mil guaranteed though. Remember, when I say worthless, I mean worthless to snipe, flip, or invest in. That doesn't mean worthless in general. So like, it is worth 2 to 4 mil. So you can make 2 to 4 mil. Other than that, I don't suggest doing anything else with that car. Another event car. There is 4 event cars. The Bentley Continental Forza Edition, 150K, worthless. HSV GTS, always been worth 5 to 6 million. If the price dips significantly, you can attempt to quick flip it, but they don't sell very easily. But it is a free 5 to 6 mil that you can use to snipe and invest in other cars. So get that money quick, get that car quick from this summer event, and then sell it immediately. Another event car, Volkswagen Notchback, 200K, worthless to snipe, flipper, invest in. Raptor 2011, worth 500K. Other than that, it's worthless. Summer Forzathon, the Apollo IE is worth 5 to 6 million, and it's flooding the market. So it's a great time to pick one up and maybe snipe them. But they are only selling at 5 to 6 million for now. But there is an amazing filter that I found for you guys, and I've released a video on this, but I will just tell it to you right here. You don't even have to watch the video. Extreme Track Toys, we're gonna pull it up for you right now. We actually already had it pulled up, and then I cleared my search results, so that's great. Extreme Track Toys, all unique cars, country Germany. This is going to pick up the Apollo IE and the Volkswagen IDR. So this is an awesome filter. The IDR is worth 10 million and the Apollo IE is worth 6 million respectively. You can quick flip these cars and you can snipe them. So as you can see right here, highest bid 600K, buyout 7 million. You could basically bid on this. It ends in 3 million. If you get it for, or it ends in 3 minutes. If you get it for under 3 million, you make double your money, just like that. So you can get quick flips from this. Another one for 128, another one for 1.1, another one for 1.1, another one for mil. You can get quick flips and you can snipe these cars super frequently. So make sure to pay attention to those. Quick flips are super easy. Like I said, I got this in 30 seconds just while typing out my notes for this video. So quick flips are really easy to do and get. So make sure you guys pay attention to those. And also snipe those cars. Snipe the IEs, snipe the IDRs. Make sure the prices don't go down too low. Get that free money from the Forzathon shop. Getting the IE. And then other than that, the other Forzathon item is the 2010 BMW M3 GTS. I think it's worthless, but it is a free 200K. I would more focus on getting the Apollo IE and not wasting your 350 Forzathon points until you get the IE, and then you can get it for free money if you would like. Other than that, I don't think that car's worth anything. Moving on to autumn, I'm getting Cottonmouth. That's good. 50% backstage pass. Like I said, if you guys haven't, check out my backstage pass money and rarity guide. It was made semi-recently. I will update it soon. The 80% for autumn is the Aston Martin Vulcan AMR. They're 2 mil. The market is flooded. They're not worth anything in my eyes, but it is a really cool car to own and really fun to drive. Another 4 event cars. So the BMW M5 Forza Edition is worth 200K. Other than that, it's worthless. Lamborghini Centenario worth 500K. Other than that, it's worthless. Toyota Celica 94 worth about 200-250K. Other than that, it's worthless. And then the last event car for autumn is the Holden VL GRP A, and it's worth 3 million. You can maybe attempt quick flips on this since there is low starting bids pretty frequently, but I don't think it's worth anything other than that. Moving on to winter, we have another backstage pass. Yes, that's 3 backstage passes. 1 for 50% completion on the festival, 1 for 50% completion on autumn, and 1 for 50% completion during winter. So there's 3 you can get. That's a ton of money. If you use my backstage pass money and rarity guide, you can make quite a bit of money off that, like a significant amount of money, like 15 mil, like 3 different times, as in like you can literally get like 50 million, 50 off of those backstage passes just throughout this series. But yes, you get another one for 50% during winter, just like you did in autumn, and just like you do for the whole festival playlist. At 80%, it is the Aston Martin DBS Super La Liga, just SL is the abbreviation, 2019. I know I butchered that. It is a free 5 to 6 mil. It is not worth sniping or flipping, in my opinion, but if you see one that's a quick flip price on the bid, you might as well pick it up. For the trial, it is the Mercedes-Benz X-Class. This is the truck. Free 5 to 7 million. It's not really worth sniping or flipping, in my opinion. I just saw one real quick that I knew I could pick up for a quick flip. But other than that, I don't really think that they pop up a lot for low bid prices. The 4 event cars are the mini X-Raid, so that's worth 300k. Other than that, it's worthless. The Hoonigan Focus, I don't think it's the Gymkhana. I'm almost positive it's not the Gymkhana. If it is, it's worth 10 million, but I'm 99.9% sure it's the normal one, which is only worth 300k, and other than that, it's worthless. Ford Mustang 69, which is the Mustang Boss. This one is worth 3 to 4 million, and sometimes could be worth quick flips, but not a lot. And then the Koenigsegg CCGT, which is extremely rare. There's, I think, one on the market for 20 million. That's just a guy who is a legendary painter or tuner, which is not worth getting. If you just watch my videos, you do not need to be a legendary painter or tuner. I am not a legendary painter or tuner. I have 830 million, 950 cars, and 3 to 4, like 3 to 5, sometimes even 10 to 20 of every single rare car in the game. You do not need to be a legendary painter or tuner. Just watch my videos. But basically, there's only one up. It's the best S2 race car in the game, in my opinion. Usually, it's not worth anything. It's definitely worth grabbing for the racing and the rarity aspects, though. And it is a really cool car. It's extremely hard to get. That's the Koenigsegg CCGT. That's the last event car for winter. Spring. 50% reward is the Renault Clio 2003. Extremely rare. There's none on the market, but it's worth nothing. It's just rare. It's not worth anything. So don't look to make money on it. 80% is the Volkswagen IDR. Free to 8 to 10 million. Use the same filter I already showed you for the Apollo IE. Extreme Track Toys Germany and all unique cars. You'll get the Apollo IE and the Volkswagen IDR. Use that as much as you guys can right now. All the way through spring. You guys are going to make a ton of money on that filter. It's going to be extremely prevalent throughout this entire series. Because so many are flooding into the market, it's going to be easy money. For the trial, it's the mini JCW buggy. It's a free 1 million. Otherwise, it's worthless. There may be some really small quick flips available here and there, but other than that, I don't think it's worth anything. The Charger Daytona, free 500k. Otherwise, that's worthless. The next event car is the Porsche 906 66. It's rare. It's not in the market, but I personally do own one, and I actually checked the price, and it's only worth 300k, so it's pretty much worthless, but it is rare. So picked it up, free event car during spring. And then the final car for spring, this is the most important one in spring and probably one of the most important cars in the entire playlist. The Firebird 68. It is a new car and everybody loves Firebirds. They're fantastic cars and it's going to be a fantastic car to invest in and a fantastic car to make a ton of money on. I mean, the new old cars that get added to the game are hit or miss. They always get up to 8 to 10 mil. Sometimes they usually get up to 20 mil actually. But this is a Firebird. It's a 68 Firebird, which is super popular. Everybody really likes them. A lot of people who play Forza really like old school cars like that. And like I said, it's new, so it's going to be extremely worth it to snipe. Well, not snipe, but invest in. And you guys are going to make hundreds of millions picking up those Firebirds 68 in the spring season. And that is pretty much it. We have run through summer, autumn, winter, spring, and the Forza time for summer, what those things are, sniping, quick flips, investments. We've gone through all the backstage pass stuff. We've gone through the festival 50 and 80% completion. That is my full money-making guide for Series 34. I have now been sitting here talking for 35 minutes. I can't even feel my face anymore because, you know, I was muted during the first 16 minutes of trying to make this video. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope if you guys did, please like, comment, subscribe. These videos take me forever to make. 1,000 words of notes. It's going to probably take me a couple hours to edit and obviously 30 minutes of just talking, which I'm not very good at. So I do appreciate you guys watching. I do appreciate it if you guys, you know, like, comment, subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys stop by my Discord and stop by my streams sometimes. And yeah, other than that, I appreciate it. I hope you guys make some amazing money in Series 34. And thank you so much for watching.